Picture this. You lay your baby down in a cozy crib, flip on the baby monitor, and quietly shut the door. The house is silent, and it feels completely normal. But if you did this for 99.9% of human history, that baby wouldn't survive the night. There were no modern doctors, no secure walls, and no baby monitors. Just a defenseless infant in a dark world, surrounded by predators that could smell a meal from miles away. For over 300 millennia, every single one of our ancestors wrestled with a terrifying reality. Human infants are arguably the most vulnerable creatures on Earth. How early humans managed to keep them alive completely shatters everything we think we know about parenting. The core of the problem is actually a massive evolutionary compromise. Within hours of birth, a newborn horse can run. A baby chimpanzee instantly clings to its mother's fur, but a newborn human can't even hold up its own head, let alone walk or feed itself. The culprit? Your brain. If a human stayed in the womb until its brain was as proportionately developed as a chimp's, it would simply be too large to survive birth. So, evolution made a deal. Human babies are birthed unfinished, with only 25% of their adult brain capacity, compared to a chimp's 40%. We got the most powerful brains on the planet, but the price was giving birth to the most helpless infants on the planet. In a prehistoric landscape crawling with leopards and hyenas, a baby that couldn't run or even stay quiet was a massive liability. So, how did we survive? We did something modern society has almost entirely forgotten. We shared the burden. In her groundbreaking book, Mothers and Others, anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy points out that humans are cooperative breeders. Unlike chimp mothers, who aggressively guard their young and raise them entirely alone, early humans raised children as a unified community. It wasn't just a nice thing to do. It was a biological necessity to prevent our species from going extinct. The data backing this up is incredible. Look at the Ife hunter-gatherers in the Congo. Researchers found that a single infant might be passed between 14 different people in just an 8-hour window. The mother only holds her child about 40% of the time. The rest of the day, that baby is with aunts, siblings, or unrelated friends. Among the Aka people of Central Africa, fathers hold their babies for nearly half the day. These aren't modern parenting hacks. This is our original blueprint. In our ancient past, putting a baby down on the ground meant risking its life. Because we walk upright and lack the thick fur our ape cousins use for clinging, mothers invented the first survival tech: baby carriers made from animal hides and plant fibers. If you've ever noticed how a screaming newborn instantly goes quiet the second you pick them up and walk, you are witnessing an ancient hardwired reflex. Scientists call it the transport response. Your baby isn't just seeking comfort. Their 300,000-year-old nervous system is telling them, "I am being carried to safety. I need to go silent so the predators don't hear us." Feeding was equally hardcore. With no formula or sterile water, mothers breastfed for up to 4 years. This provided essential antibodies and acted as natural birth control, ensuring parents didn't juggle too many defenseless infants at once. And when it was time for solid food, a caretaker would chew tough meat or roots until soft, then pass it directly, lip to lip, into the baby's mouth. Many anthropologists believe this ancient feeding method is the actual evolutionary origin of human kissing. Then there's the ultimate secret weapon of human survival. Most animals die soon after their reproductive years end. There is no biological reason to keep a body running if it can't pass on genes. So why do human women live for decades past menopause? Anthropologist Kristen Hawkes proposed the grandmother hypothesis. By observing hunter-gatherer tribes, she discovered that postmenopausal women were elite foragers. They gathered difficult-to-reach food to feed their grandchildren, which freed up the mothers to reproduce again sooner. Menopause isn't a biological decline. It is a brilliant evolutionary strategy. We live as long as we do today because 300,000 years ago, an older woman digging for roots was the difference between a child starving and a child surviving. This brings us to a harsh, unsettling reality for modern parents. For For 300,000 years, no one raised a baby alone. An ancient mother had an active team of 5 to 15 people helping her every single day. Today, you are likely doing it with just one other person, or entirely by yourself. If you are sitting up in an apartment at 3 a.m., exhausted, lonely, and feeling like you are failing, listen closely. You are not weak. You are simply trying to do a job entirely alone that evolution designed an entire village to do. For the vast majority of human history, the question was never, can one person raise a child? The answer to that was always no. The question was whether enough people cared about that child to share the weight. And we are only here today because, for 300,000 years, they did.